Welcome back with a smiling face. Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. Secrets of the Fallen Heart. Episode 9. Chapter 61. Babe, you gotta breathe, you're scaring me like that. Breathe? Danny, we have a witch in our salon. I yell. Daniel and Silviana exchange a look, but I'm just feeling completely astonished right now. AWH. My best friend, my childhood friend whom I thought I knew by heart, actually has a witch friend I had no idea about, and has been working with her for 3 years too. It's normal to be shocked, Elena. Just don't be mad at Daniel, I asked him to keep this a secret when he found out. It's not easy to be a witch in a city full of humans and werewolves. So, you're not a bad WH? I ask, a bit awkward. Silviana chuckles. No, Elena. I don't turn people into frogs, I don't eat children and I'm not green, either. Just a good WH, minding her own business most of the time. So, what do you do? I ask. I mean, no offense, but we don't get a witch or vampire history class at school, so, she got up, and walked across the room. Maybe because I now know that she isn't human, she feels even more eerie than usual. Her red, wavy hair especially, and her green eyes. They are natural, right? Silviana checks one of our fanned plants. Danny makes a grimace, since it's one of his. I guess he's been lazy with gardening lately. But as soon as the WH's fingers touches it, it immediately changes to a bright green, and a few flowers even bloom within seconds. I'm witnessing real-life magic. I'm speechless. Silviana smiles at me, and comes back to sit. I am an Earth WH. My main domain are plants, living creatures, wood, anything linked to Earth. So there are other types of WHES. I ask, unsure. She nods. For WHES, the world is divided in 3 elements. Water, earth, fire, all of that in a cycle. What about wind? Different theory, not for WHES, simply answered Silviana. Anyway, a witch gets her element from birth to death, we don't change. I was born under the earth element, and I'm able to learn and grow my powers from it. Okay, but... I mean, why Silver City? It's packed with werewolves. And are you alone? I ask. I am alone, now. Though it wasn't always the case. You werewolves think you were here long before us, but it's actually the other way around. WHES lived among the humans in Silver City, and probably in any other city, long before the wolves came to settle in cities. We just didn't made ourselves known. I'm the only one left, though. I take a deep breath in. Moon Goddess, that's a lot to take in. Like a whole new world just exploded in front of me. As a werewolf, I always knew about WHES, that they existed somehow. As pup, we always get stories about the bad WHES who come and take the bad pups away, but I never thought I would meet one in real life. I still think it's hard to believe a witch has been freely living in Silver City all this time. Half the population here is werewolf. And WHES are our natural predators. It's all about the food chain, or its supernatural equivalent. The one we actually heard about from our parents. Werewolves chase vampires. Vampires feed on humans. Humans hunt WHES. And WHES attack werewolves. Sure, it has evolved a lot today, but... So you don't use werewolves for secret potions and stuff like that. Yeah, I do know how stupid and childish that sounds. No need to give me that look, Danny. To my relief, however, Silviana takes my question very seriously. No, I'm not a witch who does that, to anyone. I tend to like werewolves and live in good peace with them. It's true that some WHES use werewolves for bad things, though. Great. I'm not sure I was ready to hear that, but whatever. It's not like we have other WHES waiting around in gingerbread houses anyway. I sigh, and grab my cup of lemon tea to try and calm myself down. It's a lot of emotions for today. Posted by jobnib.com. I take a look down at my uncle, lying on the floor, and point him with my index. Should I be worried about that? Oh, it's not like I can do that to anyone. It only works on weak minds, whether it's humans or werewolves. You're not a weak mind, she says with a big smile. But don't worry, he won't remember what happened when he wakes up. And, when will he wake up? In an hour or so. I sighed. Well, frankly, I'm not too sorry for him, and at least I get an extra hour of peace. For now. I turn to Danny, who looks half worried and half sorry. Are you mad? I'm not sure, I answer. Silviana asked you to not say anything, right? Well, it took me a while to figure it out and a bit more to confirm, so. And you kind of already had a lot going on, babe. That's not wrong, but. Oh, well, fine, I get it. You had reasons. Now, why are you guys telling me all this now? Daniel turned to Silviana. Can you tell her? Silviana sighed, and after a while, talked in a very calm voice. Daniel knows I have another power. Like most WHES, I'm a seer. You can see the future. The future, the past, the present. I get a glimpse of each if I focus on things. It's like looking into a very, very large and complex picture looking for a grain of sand. I need to know what I'm looking for exactly. I exchange a look with Daniel, and understands. Silviana could know more about my past, about my family. I turn to her. How does it work? The more I know, the better. I nod and take out my sun necklace, to show it to her. I start explaining to her how I got to the White Moon clan, my adoption, everything Reagan told me so far. Lately, she told me something else. She said her and I were born in an old pack, one far in the north. According to her, it was so big it had over 1,000 members. And there was a Luna Queen. From what Reagan said, she must have been powerful because she didn't have a pair and still ruled. But Reagan told me our pack had been killed, and she had brought me here while trying to find that other half of the pack, a group that had parted with their clan decades before. She said she didn't know what had attacked our previous pack. Silviana listened to my story in silence, not acting surprised or anything. I hesitate a bit, and resume talking, Danny's hand on my knee to encourage me. Reagan said my parents were dead, and she is very unwilling to talk about that former pack, or why I'm stronger, different from other wolves. But, you do not believe her, said Silviana. I nod. I just know when she lies, or hides things. She's bad at lying but good at keeping secrets. And recently, there was this girl, you met Nora Blue Moon. I look up at Silviana, shocked. How does she even know about Nora? Did she see something about her somehow? It's so intriguing to talk to her, I can't tell what she thinks or how much she knows. She smiles gently. I've had my eyes on Nora for a while. She's the king's fated mate after all. And she's somewhat special. I've seen her wolf, too. She's white like snow, and her eyes are. Silviana nods enigmatically, but she doesn't answer me, and grabs her cup of lemon tea to drink a bit. I sigh, and understands there are something I should focus on first, starting with my theories. Her last name is Blue Moon. And when I met her, I felt we were connected, like wolves of a same pack, or the same family. You want to know if Nora is part of a Blue Moon clan you would have belonged to as well? I slowly nod. Reagan said everyone but her and I had died. If Nora is really one of my kin, and alive, maybe, I say, with hope. But Silviana shakes her head. I'm sorry, Elena. But your family. Your parents really are dead, like Reagan said. I feel my heart drop, like something very, very heavy just crushed it. It's hard to hear. I knew it was only a faint hope, but I gulp down and try to repress a tear. How do you know? I ask. I know. I frown. So she's just going to answer by enigmas, too? But to my surprise, Silviana sighs and puts her cup down. Whes, werewolves and vampires are children of the moon goddess. We are all different, but connected. So, when a Luna as powerful as Queen Diane emerged and passed, there was no way I wasn't aware as well. Every witch around felt it. I almost choke. Queen Diane? I've never heard of that name. Is that the Luna? She was the Luna of that former pack, that's right. The Blue Moon pack had a Luna so powerful, she was filled with the moon goddess power, and was a royal werewolf so pure, like no one had seen for years. Wow, wait a second, Sil, said Daniel. A royal? We're talking about the real thing, a royal werewolf? Like the legends. Daniel is right, this is insane. The royal werewolves are no more. Long ago, the purest, strongest of our species were called the royals. Because they were like royalty to us, so strong, so wise and pure-blooded they radiated with alpha auras. But that was centuries ago. Now, we have mixed our bloods with humans for so many generations, the royal eventually becomes regular werewolves and just disappeared like that. But for one to come back, it would take a moon goddess reincarnation, like that Queen Diane. An image comes to my mind. Something I couldn't forget even if I tried hard. Nora was white and sapphire-eyed. Like the legends, I whisper, still in shock. She could be that woman's descendant, says Danny. Right? She could be that Queen Diane's child or grandchild, said Silviana. Queen Diane died 50 years ago, but if she had a child, it could be Nora's relative, yes. Possibly. You can't make sure. I ask her, febrile. Silviana shakes her head. My power has its limits. There was no way for me to ignore Queen Diane's existence, since all Whes knew such a woman existed. My mother told me about her, and even I felt the remnants of her power despite her death. But if Nora is linked to her, it is for her to uncover the truth. I sigh. Moon Goddess, I thought we were making progress, but it turns out we have even more to uncover. So, that royal family is dead, yes. Reagan said the truth. But Nora. Reagan couldn't have known of a child born after she had left the pack, suddenly said Danny. Babe, think about it. The Black brothers said the girl was 17, right? If we believe Reagan, she had left the Blue Moon pack before that. If when she got back, someone else had taken Nora or whatever, it could explain why you had no idea about each other. I bet she has no idea another child survived, and you were too young to know, too. If that's what happened. I stay silent for a while, trying to digest all of this. The Blue Moon Clan, and a Luna Queen, Diane. Nora Blue Moon, who might be a royal's grandchildren, and a relative of mine. My parents, dead for real. Danny puts an arm around me, trying to soothe me. You okay, babe? That's a lot, I really need to talk to Nora again, Danny. She needs to know, and I need to know more. About your pack. I turned to Silviana again, frowning, remembering what Reagan had told me. When Reagan mentioned she had found me, she said something. She didn't really know had attacked them. Something she couldn't understand. I know my mentor, and she's seen a lot of things. She would recognize a vampire's doing, or even another werewolf pack. So, what attacked them? Silviana nodded, glancing down. That's another issue to solve, I fear. You should take one problem at a time, Elena. Right. Thanks, Silviana, that's still a lot more than everything I could gather in years. Babe, I still think you should talk to Reagan, says Daniel. Why? This is her story as much as yours. And since you know so much now, maybe she'll talk more. I still don't get why she was not willing to talk, but Reagan is trying to protect you, Elena. And she still feels guilty about what happened, explained Silviana. Guilty for what? I know she couldn't find her pack, but why would she feel responsible for what happened, and hide everything from me? Moon Goddess, I'm tired of all the lies and secrets. I show my necklace to Silviana. Do you know anything about that? About that son? She barely looks at it. Danny is right, Elena. You should talk to Reagan, I sigh, and look at my necklace, that little, enigmatic sunshine. Okay, I'll just ask Reagan. As soon as I find her, I guess. She's in the northeast forest, Elena, but she'll be back soon, says Silviana. I nod. Well, at least I finally got to know where my mentor is hiding. I get up and head to the kitchen, exhausted. Babe. I need a drink, after all this. Silviana, do you drink wine? I do, but you really shouldn't drink, Elena. I frown while taking the bottle of white wine. Why not? I mean, I could really use a drink. Silviana sighs. Elena, you can't drink. You are pregnant. 62. The bottle of wine drops and breaks at my feet. I don't even care. I'm staring at Silviana, still unable to process what she just said. I blink a couple of times. I try to breathe. Sorry, you said, what? You're pregnant, Elena. Moon Goddess, no, no. I smile nervously, but there's nothing joyous about it. I shake my head, unable to hear it. She's wrong, she's got to be wrong. It can't be. How would she even know? I see Daniel, next to her, in the same state as me, his eyes going left and right between Silviana and me. I'm not preg. I'm not, I just utter. I'm sure. You are definitely pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I yell. I feel the tears before they even come out. My crying gets intense, erratic, loud. Daniel almost runs to me to try and help me calm down. Hey, babe, calm down, I'm not pregnant, Danny, it can't be, How could I be pregnant? I lost a baby before. I don't even know if I can have another baby. I don't feel pregnant at all, I don't even know what I'm supposed to feel. Daniel hugs me, patting my back and holding me against him. Danny, I can't, it's okay, babe, I'm here, I'm here. Breathe. Calm down, Elena, it's okay, babe. It's okay, it takes a while for me to actually calm down. I cry, a lot. Because it's too sudden, because I can't hear about a pregnancy now. I'm not ready at all. I just freaking parted with Nathaniel. How can I be pregnant now? I listened to Danny's voice for a while, trying to take deep breaths and calm down my weeping. I ruined his shirt with my tears and snot, and moon goddess I don't care. Danny holds me for a long time, caressing my hair, soothing me until I can sit down and breathe without choking up. I look at Silviana, almost mad at her for telling me right now. I don't even know if she's right, and I'm not sure I want to confirm it. Sil, are you sure? Asks Danny. She nods. If a witch says you're expecting, you are, Elena. You're about 10, no, almost 11 weeks. 11 weeks. That's more than 3 months. Moon goddess, I can't have been that pregnant and not noticed a thing, it's not possible. I can't possibly. Babe, when was your last period? Asks Daniel. I glare at him. Really, now? But I still sigh and make the effort to try and remember. Probably. When Nate came over. And made me pizza. Elena, that was in September 3 months ago. Are you kidding me? You know my period is irregular. And with everything that's been going on, I just didn't pay attention to that. That's the kind of thing you're supposed to pay attention to, babe. Especially if you have S*X with you know who. I sigh. I know, it was stupid of me to not check earlier about my period. I turn to Silviana, trying to understand. I'm on the pill, how can it? Pills are not completely effective, especially on alpha werewolves, Elena. I wouldn't rely on it for contraception, in your case. Well, you have proof now. My gosh, I don't know if I want to scream or slam something. The worst thing is, I'm pretty sure I might actually have forgotten the pill a couple of times back when I was living with Nate. No way I'm letting Danny know about that, though. I can't believe this is really happening. Moon goddess, if I really am pregnant with Nate's baby. Daniel, I need to check. I'm sorry Silviana, I'm not saying you're lying, but, it's all right, I understand, she says with a soft smile. I can call the clinic, says Danny, grabbing his phone. Daniel, I'm pregnant with Nathaniel Black's baby. I can't just walk in the White Moon Clan's clinic, everyone will wonder what I'm doing at OBGYN. Moon Goddess, Xavier, and Clark will kill me if they know. Daniel nods. It's all right, we can ask Iris and Mom to help, they both work there and we can trust them, okay? Okay, he sighs and turns to Silviana. Girl, you can't drop bombs like that. Daniel, 3 months and a half. I thought she knew. She does look a bit sorry, but honestly, I don't really care about being mad at her right now. I'm still in shock. Nate's baby. I might be pregnant with Nathaniel's baby. I turn to Silviana, a bit intrigued. Without thinking about it, I already have a hand on my tummy. How can you know? I told you, it's a witch thing. We are good midwives. Actually, I can tell you more if you want to hear it. More. Your baby's health, the gender, What the heck, she can already tell my baby's gender? He or she is only 11 weeks old. Does it even have a gender yet at that stage? I sigh and go back to sit. Actually, I forgot about that stupid wine I spilled on the floor, but Danny is already taking care of it. Moon Goddess, I love my best friend. I want to know, says Danny from the kitchen. Silviana smiles to him, but I know she's waiting for me. My gosh, I barely can believe I'm having a baby right now. Do I really want the specifics? Moon Goddess, I can feel my wolf is anxious for her pup and urges me to ask the WH. Is that why she wasn't allowing me to shapeshift lately? Because she knew by instinct? I nod. All right, well, first, you're expecting a girl. But Elena, you have to know, irregular periods are a sign of a weak uterus. Your chances of miscarriage are, oh Moon Goddess, no. I turn to Daniel, but he already knows. I'm not losing another baby, again. And certainly not Nate's baby. No way. Don't worry Elena, I'll help you out. You want this baby, don't you? I slowly nod. I know I already love this baby of mine, even if I say I don't really believe Silviana's words yet. Moon Goddess, there better be a child in there. I'll break that WH's neck if she gives me false hopes like that. No more caffeine, alcohol, or shape-shifting for you. Only lots of rests, and no stress, Elena. That's going to be hard. And how will I hide my pregnancy? If the pack members don't see me shape-shifting for training, and all people will start asking questions. Moreover, how do I even hide a pregnancy at all? I mean, there's about 5 months of tummy growing left, and after that, I supposedly will have a whole baby. I turn to Danny, a bit panicked. Danny, if anyone knows who the dad is. I know. It's okay, we'll come up with something. But you're going to tell him, right? Tell him. Oh, Moon Goddess, I didn't even think about that. How will I even tell Nate? The timing couldn't be worse. Hey, I know we fought about you having a mistress in my back, but guess what? I'm pregnant with your baby. Oh. I have no idea how he will react. And there's the king, too. Holy crap, what did I get myself into now? I sigh, and Silviana pushes my cup of tea in front of me with a warm smile. I guess that means lemon tea is fine. It is. I sigh and grab my cup, getting the hot drink down my throat. The lemon helps me calm down a bit, but this is a drop in the ocean. Danny just finished cleaning my mess and is back, sitting next to me again. Babe, we got another problem. I know. Diego. If that butthole knows about me being pregnant, I have no idea what he'll do, but that's going to be bad. He is the last person I want to know about my child, my daughter. I get the chills just thinking about it. Remembering how I lost Angel. No way I'm losing another baby. I wouldn't survive this pain a second time. Moon Goddess, that's a lot to think. So, we need to hide the real father from the pack, and ideally, hid this pregnancy the longest possible before your ex goes nuts. All that added to our secret meeting with Nora. I can help for that, said Silviana. I turned to her intrigued. Nora? You know her? Not yet, she says with a smile. But I know someone. On the inside. So do we, sighs Danny. I mean, if we can persuade Bobo. Nora's birthday is coming up the day after tomorrow, says Silviana. They will most likely take her out at that time. Okay, so we know when to strike. You can mind harass my boyfriend to know where, Elena. I nod. Seems like we are getting somewhere, after all. I look down at my uncle still laying there. What do we do about him? I sigh. I don't want to continue where we left off, to be honest. It's fine, I'll just have him forget what happened and go home. He'll be confused for a while, but at least he will leave you alone. Great. Daniel Lewis, if you have other WHES friends I need to know about, you better tell me now. He chuckles. Sorry, babe, we actually waited for another half an hour for my uncle to wake up. As Silviana said, he was very confused, almost like he was drunk, and left without complaints or any memory of why he had come here for. Good grief, I can use one less thing to worry about. Silviana actually leaves right after him, though I apparently can ask her out anytime if I need to. Looks like I got a midwife out of the blue. It's late when I'm finally alone with Danny. I'm exhausted. I just went to sleep and forget about how complicated my life has become for a while. Danny comes to sit beside me, putting my legs on his. He smiles at me. What? You're having a baby? I nod, still kind of in a weird state from hearing that. I still want to confirm, Danny. I know. But, I believe Silviana. She's weird but she's great. So I can say she's weird now. You know what I mean. She's the why kind of weird. It's cool. We both laugh a bit, more to release all the nervousness than really from anything fun. It's been a freaking weird day today. So many things happened today, I sigh. And now it turns out I'm pregnant with that jerk's baby. You have to tell him, Elena. I know you still love him, too. I glare at him. Why does Danny have to be so good at reading my emotions? Yes, I won't ever say it, but I do love Nate, despite him being a two-timing jackass. I still have such vivid memories of that woman, on his doorstep. FK him. I sigh and think about my child, our child. Someone is going to get a rough wake-up call. I want to wait until I get medical confirmation, Danny. Okay. I'll talk to Mom tomorrow, okay? I'm sure she can help us check your condition in secret or something like that. She's going to ask who the father is. Iris, too. Daniel nods and seems to think about it for a few seconds. My mom won't believe us if we tell her it's Levi, but I think she won't push it if you just tell her you don't want to speak about it. She's good with people's privacy. And Iris? Well, we'll see if she asks, okay. Iris will think Levi is the father, Danny. I've been pretending to date him for 3 months, everyone is going to think that the baby's his. I can't push that onto your brother, you know what? Let's invite Levi for breakfast tomorrow morning and let him know first, okay? This way, he can voice his opinion, and we can discuss a plan together. But I doubt anyone else is going to notice before a while, Elena. You're not showing and you always wear huge clothes. I'm your best friend and even I didn't get a clue. I mean, the coffee part was suspicious, but, your coffee really is disgusting, Danny. Yeah, whatever, you're banned from drinking it for 5 months anyway, so shut up about my coffee. Just concentrate on harassing my boyfriend so we can get some time with Nora in 2 days while I call my family. He grabs his phone and calls the Lewis family house, while I resume trying to mind link Boyan again. It's not easy, he's super far. And it's much harder to mind link a beta. It's like trying to find someone whispering in the middle of the crowd. As usual, Daniel chats about trivial stuff with his mother, and I have plenty of time to think about random stuff while trying to contact his boyfriend. Seriously, I wish Bobo carried his own phone for once. Meanwhile, I can't help but have my mind wandering somewhere else. In my tummy, to be precise. A baby. I can't believe I'm really pregnant with Nate's baby. This is so unreal. I didn't even dare to hope I could ever get pregnant again, after what had happened with Diego. The doctors had told me my miscarriage had reduced my chances to ever conceive again drastically. And with the grief of losing my unborn child, I just never processed the thought of ever becoming a mother again. My wolf is in protective mode. She doesn't want to lose her pup. She already knew, and I had no idea. This is so strange. No wonder she hated for me to shapeshift. I take a second and a deep breath. I need to be careful. I can't lose this baby, my baby. No matter what, I'll protect him. I mean, her. Even if my clan disapproves, or Nate is against me having his child. I already know I don't care. My child comes first. 63. Yab. You're definitely an IT, Damien. I sigh. I may be on Liam's side on this one, but I still understand Damien's reasons. There are so many things to take into account, but as usual, our older brother is just thinking about one thing, his precious mate Nora. I know what I'm doing, Liam. Stop making a fuss. It's nothing. I exchange a look with our betas, Neil and Isaac, standing on the side, who don't dare to say anything for now. This argument has been going on for way too long already. But it's definitely not nothing, as Damien said. Damien, I really think you should reconsider, I say. This is wrong. For Nora and for you. I've already made up my mind, Nate. If Nora learns about this, Damien, she doesn't need to know. He yells. Of course she will know. Insists our little brother. Seriously, Damien? Getting engaged to Alexandra King? Have you gone mad? You know I have to. I sigh. It's not like I don't understand. The situation is way too tense right now. With our repeated intrusions on the Jade Moon turf, his mate taking their control, plus our surveillance on the White Moon and Sapphire Moon clans, everyone else has been getting more wary of us. Everyone's afraid the peace will be disturbed by the sudden shift of strength. The Sapphire Moon's already taking every chance they get to bring us down, the Purple Moon clan doesn't trust us, and the Gold Moon clan is just trying to pull the blanket to them. The blanket, in that case, is my brother. Damien, please, reconsider. I know you think you can protect Nora this way, but she will never agree to you getting engaged to someone else. I insist. Alexandra King is not someone to be trusted, adds Neil. She's clearly holding the financial flows of Silver City tight in order to get her way out of this. If we back up too late, they may seriously put us in a rough position. All of our investors are already asking a lot of questions, boss. Not just them, everyone is. Damien, if you agree to the engagement, we will have a clear alliance with the Gold Moon, that might trigger all the other clans. Says Liam. If we ally with the Gold Moon, we will be strong enough. I roll my eyes. He is so stubborn. Strong enough against who? You're making your own enemies, Damien. And I don't trust the Gold Moon either, adds Isaac. Those pricks are great at farting higher than their asses. They are just going to drag us in the mud with them. Agreed. Not with the wording, but, agreed, said Neil. No, everything will be fine. This way, I can protect Nora and, oh, for Moon Goddess' sake, Damien, change your chorus. Nora is hella fine. Yells Liam, exasperated. She will be fine until the point when she learns about your two timing. I am not cheating on her. And you forgot there's some psycho out there looking for her. Until we find him, I am not going to say no to any mean. I have to protect Nora. Excuse me, you think King is just going to have tea and biscuits with you? That woman is worse than a bloodsucker, Damien. I'm sure she's already got the leash and name tag ready for you. He's speaking to a statue. Damien is the most stubborn of us. Since we know Nora was almost RD by that guy, and how much she's traumatized by it, he's literally freaking out. Half of our pack is looking for the man, and everything is a potential threat. Those pack matters just couldn't have happened with worse timing. The Sapphire Moon clan did not appreciate us taking control of the Jade Moon territory, through Nora. And the Gold Moon chose this little spark to stir things between us and everyone else. We can't even discuss matters with the other clans, everyone thinks we're ready to attack them anytime with the Gold Moon clan backing us up. Even I feel guilty because of the surveillance I put the White Moon clan under. If only we had a way out of this mess, other than Damien getting engaged to the Gold Moon clan's daughter. Alexandra King is rich, smart, pretty, and the problem is, she knows all that. She probably fed up Damien with stories about how she would allow him to be with Nora and help him protect her in the first place. As if she was ready to share anything. I exchange a look with Liam. I know my little brother likes Nora too and wants to make things right, but Damien is in his own mess this time. He hates to rely on us or anyone else. If he thinks he can shoulder everything alone, he will. Which is why he thinks making a deal with the Gold Moon clan is fine. Of course, it's not. Damien, one more time, please reconsider. Everyone is asking you to. Do you even imagine what Nora will think? Enough. We are done discussing this. Nora won't know, she doesn't need to know, and the Gold Moon clan will take what we give them. Neil, I want all those contracts, deals, and our people secured. If things go wrong, I want our lawyers ready too. Oh, she won't know, grumbles Liam. But right at that moment, my brother turns to Liam, furious like I haven't seen him in a while. He uses his alpha aura, his ice-cold anger bursting the room. Our betas take a step back, not feeling too great. I wish he would learn to hold back a little sometimes. Promise you won't say anything to Nora, Liam, suddenly says Damien. What? But, promise. I see Liam hesitate for a while, we exchange a look, and he sighs. I promise on the Moon Goddess, I won't say a word to Nora about your engagement. Visibly satisfied, Damien storms out, still mad. I leave out a big sigh. That's a lot of arguing for today. But to my surprise, Liam has a smirk on. Oh. I know when he has that expression on. I walk up to him. You got something in mind, don't you? Maybe. You gonna stop me? I take a look at the door where Damien and his beta just left. I would feel bad about betraying him, but I really don't want to see him trapped by this stupid engagement thing. He will regret it sooner or later, that's for sure. And I feel like we owe it to Nora. She's a great girl. I won't tell if I don't know. Good. Then I'm off. Announces Liam. Where to, Liam? He waves goodbye without answering. Moon Goddess, my brothers exhaust me, both of them. I'm left with Isaac, who chuckles. Sometimes I forget who's actually the oldest between you and the boss, you know. Not funny, Isaac. Damien is so crazy when it comes to Nora. I mean, the part when he chained her to the bed was already low, but now this, honestly, I kind of understand the feeling of wanting to do anything for your mate. And he's been through a lot already. She's been abused for what, 10 years? No wonder he just wants to put her in a golden tower with an army of bodyguards, or in a penthouse with Antonia and Boyan, which is pretty much the same. This engagement idiocy is going to come right back into our faces. Yet, Neil is freaking out too. Problem is, more than half of our company executives are humans, and all for it. They only see the Gold Moon clan's money. Anyway, we still got a bit of time. Isn't it the princess' birthday, by the way? I nod. Yes, it is. Nora's turning 18 today, and I had to help Damien organize her perfect day. Even with everything that is going on, I hope she can enjoy their first official date. She's been through a lot, and she's still an awesome, brave girl. Which is also why I'm against this stupid engagement idea. Nora's not as weak as Damien still thinks, I've seen it with my own eyes. I may also be hoping she beats him and gives him a wake-up call when she learns about it. Any news from your pretty blondie? I reply with a glare. No. I'm still blocked whenever I try to call or text Elena. I'm pretty sure it's her best friend's doing. I can't believe she's really been ignoring me for weeks now. Nothing, absolutely nothing from her. It drives me crazy. I've been overworking myself and focusing on other things to not think about it, but I just can't seem to forget Elena. I hate how we split up on that stupid misunderstanding. If only she'd let me talk. I got back to my office with Isaac, trying to get some work done despite all the craziness that's going on. Around 4 p.m., I decide to go and drop by the restaurant where Nora is working. I have to give it to her, she's really a good girl. She could stay at home, enjoying everything her billionaire mate has ready for her, but she fought long and hard to actually get a proper job. She knows the value of hard work, and she will not give in to Damien's overprotectiveness, which is quite admirable on its own. The only problem is that Narcissa is her manager. I can't avoid my ex-friend, even if I keep the topic to Nora's working performance only. However, it's easier than ever to ignore her intense stare and mannered attitude. Since I've been with Elena, no other woman has been able to make me feel anything. I'm numb to anyone but her. At least, Nora's doing great. She's come a long way from the weak, malnourished, and terrorized girl we found 2 months ago. Her smile enlightens the whole room, she looks happier than ever, talking to me about her new work and all her birthday presents. Thanks, Nathaniel. And thank you for the birthday present, I loved the shoes. And yes, it went well. Thank you so much for letting me try this job, I truly love it. And the team is great too. She's just smiling from one ear to another. From Narcissa, I knew she was doing well here and getting along with the team, but it's good to see her so enthusiastic. I'm glad to hear it. Well, seems like everyone is happy, so I guess we can think of making this a long-term position for you. Let's give it a week, see if it works well for you. You can discuss the details with Narcissa, she's basically in charge of this one. I come often, but I just oversee it and intervene if I'm needed. Nora seems even more enthusiastic, but all of a sudden, I see her expression change. She glances in Boyan's way, who's been waiting for her to end her shift in a corner of the restaurant. Okay. But will Bobo have to wait for me every time? It's a bit long for him, and Tanya has to drive me too, she has no idea how protective Damien really is. It's not just Boyan and Tanya, there are always at least 3 to 5 other wolves following them from afar or guarding her place when she's in. That's not for me to decide, princess. Personally, I don't think you're at risk being here, but we both know how my brother can be overprotective. I would suggest you bring this matter to him yourself, but I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you. That's an understatement. Damien is going to say no to anything she asks that would imply lowering her security. But she's welcome to try. I know she's unhappy with my answer, but really, I'm not up to battle with Damien about Nora's safety, the thing he's most crazy about. Eventually, I managed to change the conversation topic back to her work despite Nora's stubbornness. Only when Tanya comes to pick her up can I leave the place too, and I'm too happy to evade Narcissa's stare as well. I go to the port, checking one last time the details for tonight's date. Damien is one of a romantic, who knew? I set everything up perfectly, but he still calls me twice to check on things. He's like a teenager freaking out about his first date. Well, I guess it is their first. I can't help but remember my own dates with Elena. I took her to dinner like this, too. She never loved fancy places, so I always struggled to find the right balance between romantic and cozy. I don't know if I already was expecting something from her at that point. Maybe I fell for her even earlier than I want to admit. I'm lost in my memories when my phone vibrates. Hello. Hey, Nate, meeting someone you forgot to tell me about. What are you talking about, Isaac? Guys just told me they spotted a blonde woman, in an oversized denim jacket, crossing our border a few minutes ago. Our border with the White Moon clan, mate. What the? Elena is here? Now? I grab my car keys and almost run back to the parking lot. Isaac, where? I yell in the phone, turning the engine on. She's headed to the 3rd Street, I got people following her. The 3rd Street? Isn't that where Tanya was taking Nora for her afternoon preparations? I ask Isaac to keep me informed and try to call Tanya, but her phone's not responding. Tanya, where are you? Busy fetching your annoying little brother again. What? Are you kidding me? You're not with Nora? No, I just told you, Liam is messing up and went to the Purple Moon territory again. Neil called me a few minutes ago to go get that brat back. But Nora's with Boyan at the salon, it's cool. No, it's not cool. Why is Elena suddenly showing up, and going to the same place Nora is? And right when Tanya isn't there, too? I may be paranoid, but that sounds like a weird coincidence. Is she going to see Boyan? He's in his human form for the first time in weeks, this could explain that. Nathaniel, what's wrong? You're going to get Liam? No, you go get Liam, I'm going to Nora. Where is the salon? Are you kidding me? Why do I always have to, ugh? She growls after me, but I don't care. I head right to the salon, which, as I expected, turns out to be Elena's direction too. I keep looking at Isaac's texts, trying to figure out what's going on. Why would she be back just to see Boyan? She didn't contact me at all, and when I try to call her, I'm obviously still blocked. That woman is driving me crazy. I finally park close to the salon, and Moon Goddess, I'm almost running there, my heart beating like crazy. Elena is there. For real. I haven't seen her in weeks, I didn't get a chance to talk to her since. I walk in the salon, only to find her facing Nora and Boyan. Why does she? She looks a bit different. Actually, how is she not surprised to see me at all? She doesn't even seem mad. No, wait, I should be the one being mad. Nothing in weeks, no call, no text, and she shows up here out of the blue? No, I'm not even mad at her, I'm just... I don't know what to think. I need to talk to her, my wolf is restless too. My eyes go to Nora and Boyan quickly, both obviously surprised to see me, but who I'm really focused on is Elena. She's staring at me very calmly, and it's somehow worse because I can't tell what she's thinking. Is she still mad? Is she over me? I need to talk to her, but not here, not in front of Damien's mate. I try to calm down. Come on, I got this. It's Elena, she's on my territory. Calm down, Nate, be an alpha. Elena. What are you doing here? 64. My heart is beating so fast. It's a strange feeling, with my wolf being even more excited than I am. Not only because I'm back on the Blood Moon territory for the first time in a while. Actually, the fact that they let me through is already surprising enough. I mean, am I still welcome after my parting with Nate? I shouldn't be, right? Yet, all the wolves guarding the border let me in, even if I know I'm being watched and followed closely. I feel like every step closer to Nora is a step closer to the answers I've been looking for all this time. Maybe because I believe in Danny's theory and Sylviana's words too much, I'm so excited. I'm on my guard, but if I had wings, I would fly all the way there right away. Today is going to be one of a day. First, meeting with Nora, and then, that appointment at the clinic. I'm not sure which one I'm the most nervous about. I finally find the salon, and with a glance, I spot Boyan and Nora, alone with an army of hairdressers. Moon Goddess, did they seriously book the whole salon for her? I walk in, taking off my cap, hoping she will be able to recognize me since our short first encounter. Bobo raises his head, frowning. Hi, Bobo, I say with a little smile. He frowns. Elena. You're not supposed to be here. So I guess he did not completely agree with the plan. I knew it was weird he wouldn't respond to my mind linking. I know. Are you going to stop me? If Nathaniel or the king finds you here, you'll be in serious trouble, Elena. I understand you want to speak to Nora, but I know he swhed to mind linking not to imply Nora, but I can't help but smile a little. That is so Boyan-like. It's okay, Boyan. Is that way you didn't agree with it? You were worried about me? Beta instincts. Protecting people is what I do. Thanks, big boy. I'm okay. He sighs. Okay. You're already here anyway. With his approval, I can finally approach Nora. Moon Goddess, my heart is beating so fast now that she's actually her. And we can finally have a real chat, too. She's even prettier up close, and I can tell she's getting all dolled up for her birthday. They probably have a whole party ready for her, as the Blood Moon's future Luna. I take the seat next to her, a bit nervous but excited. Hi, Nora. Hello, she is a bit hesitating, with her blushing cheeks. She's observing me so intensely, I can tell she's as curious as I am. So you recognize me, I guess. Sorry, I had to leave suddenly last time, but I don't really want Nate to know that you and I are acquainted. Why? Why did I have to mention Nate? I shrug, trying to think of something. Personal reasons. Let's just say it would make things a bit more complicated. It made it hard for me to get to you already. Your security is quite tight. Thankfully your bodyguard is a friend. I wink at Boyan, who's still a bit stiff and uneasy. I can tell he's sending glances at the door and mind-linking to see how much time I can have with Nora before people from the Blood Moon clan intervene. Are you sorry Danny didn't accompany me? He hesitates a bit before answering. You owe me one, Elena. I know, big boy, I answer with a smile. I'll talk to him, I promise. I guess I owe him that much. And Danny isn't that mad after him anyway. He loves Boyan more than he's willing to admit. Anyway, I really wanted to meet with you, Nora, I say, finally addressing her. Me too. I have so many questions for you. What happened last time? How can we be mind-linked? I never did that with anyone. How my gosh, she's so excited. I'm happy someone's as enthusiastic and curious as I am, but I don't have all the answers. I take a breath and think about what I really need to tell her first. Easy, girl. I know you have a lot to ask but I can't stay long, I say with a glance at the door. And I may not have all the answers you are looking for. First, our mind link suggests we are related somehow, though I'm not sure about the details. When we met at the Jade Moon clan's turf, I felt it. My wolf reacted strongly to your presence, so I came to your fight against the Alpha to confirm it. That's why I tried the mind link, and it worked. She nods strongly, her eyes shining. Yes, I heard you during my fight. And after that? Exactly. You did great, by the way. I say with a smile. She immediately blushes. I didn't imagine she was this shy and modest, from her attitude last time. But she's obviously younger than me, and still a bit unsure in her actions. Seems like her inner wolf brings out her stronger side, but on the inside, she's still a teenage girl. My gosh, I find her so adorable. Thanks, she says, but I still have no other clue about how we are related. I just learned that my father was from the Gold Moon clan, but I have no clue about my mother. All I know is that I didn't inherit my father's last name. But when we searched for it, Nathaniel said the name Blue Moon didn't appear anywhere. Moon goddess, it's thin, but it may confirm Danny's theory. I didn't know about her links to the Gold Moon clan, but if she has no idea where her last name and her mother are from, then… Because that is not a last name, Nora. Didn't you notice that it sounded a lot like a clan's name? She stays speechless for a while, thinking about that information. I know, it's a lot to take in. I exchange a look with Boyan. Elena, that's big. I know. I just want to see if it might be real, both for Nora and me. He sighs, and I focus on Nora again, who is still shocked. You mean, like a Blue Moon clan? She mutters. I nod, but Nora is still very confused. Behind her, Boyan frowns too. There is no Blue Moon clan in Silver City. To be exact, there is no Blue Moon clan at all, I explain. Not anymore. But from what I know, there used to be one, far up in the north. I don't know why or how, but they were all killed. The full pack. About 18 years ago. Nora stays silent again for a few seconds, making me even more nervous. She seems so surprised, yet I know a part of her sort of believes me, but… Killed? An entire clan? But… How? She asks. I shake my head. I wish I knew. I still don't know yet. But you and I are proof that some people from this clan survived. She suddenly turns to me. Wait, you are? I mean, you think you are from this Blue Moon clan too? Did you grow up in this clan then? No, I'm barely older than you, Nora. Someone saved me when I was an infant, and brought me to a childless couple of the Opale clan here, in Silver City. She looks at me a bit more intensely like she's scanning me. Is she looking for something that would bind us together? A resemblance or something? Or is she doubting me? I keep talking, telling her all I know. Moon goddess, I hope she believes me. The woman who saved me told that a royal's family had been killed and that she had found me alone in the middle of the slaughter. Nora is completely shocked when I mention royals. I know, it's big. Royals are more of a legend than a real thing, but… Royals? Are you sure? Asks Bobo. For now I am sure of nothing. I have no memories of surviving either. I just gathered bits of information from my parents and older wolves of our pack. But I've seen Nora's wolf, and you did, too. Bobo nods slowly, and turns to Nora, thinking deeply. I know he's having doubts too, but Nora's wolf form is legendary. A white wolf with blue eyes, I didn't even think that was possible either. Between us, Nora seems confused by my words. What do you mean? You are a pure wolf, Nora. Dark blue eyes and a perfectly white fur. Do you have any idea how rare is that combination among werewolves? It's almost legendary. And you even have a clan's name as your given name. She looks at me, speechless again, before shaking her head strongly. I know it's hard to conceive, being a royal, but I'm really starting to believe in that theory strongly as well. And if Nora really is such a werewolf, then… No, you said yourself, it is probably only the clan's name, she says, still shaking her head. Even if I am from the Blue Moon clan, it could just have been mistaken as… Royal families do give and take their clan names, Nora, says Boyan. They carry it for generations until there is no more descendant, and usually a new alpha from a dominant but non-royal family takes over. Any clan's name can be really old or newly made up, but only the royals are entitled to carry it. And your father definitely knew who was your mother. Why would he have told you this was your last name otherwise? Wow, since when does Boyan know so much about the royals? Is it because he's close to the king? One does not give a clan's name to their child. I add. Nora looks at us, completely stunned. It seems like she has a hard time believing any of this, and truthfully, I can't blame her. She just went from orphan to a potential royal. Then why wouldn't that make you a royal's child too? Aren't we related? She suddenly asks me. Wow, no way. I may be stronger than the usual wolf, but I'm far from being a potential royal. Though Nora's question is something I hadn't thought of. Could I be related to the royals? I don't look like Nora, but if we were from the same pack originally, there are chances we are related, remotely related, I'd say. We are related indeed, but I highly doubt I am the child of a royal. Not directly, at least. I have gold eyes, and my fur isn't completely white like yours. One of my parents probably wasn't a pure werewolf. Nora frowns and shakes her head. I guess she wished I knew more than that, but I'm guessing too here. So you think my birth mother was a royal? Yes, I tell her. If she knows for certain her father was from the Gold Moon, that's the only logical explanation. Nora said it herself, her mother is a mystery, and she doesn't have her father's last name, so the Blue Moon Wolf, and potentially royal, has to be her mom. Boyan seems worried to see her so confused and gently pats her shoulder, his beta instincts in action. I can tell she trusts him a lot from the way they interact. He's not like a bodyguard, more like a big brother. A huge one. You're probably mixed, Nora. He might not have been an alpha, but your father's blood was most likely pure enough for you to keep some of the characteristics. But not all of them. I can't heal properly, and my shape-shifting isn't ideal either. Moon Goddess, what did she just say? Wait a minute. You can't heal fast? I ask. No, says Nora, shaking her head with a cute frown. I still heal faster than a human, but my healing ability is not as good as regular werewolves. Only then do I notice all the thin, white scars she has. Is it from before? A werewolf shouldn't have so many scars, unless she's just like me, unable to heal correctly. Nora, I have the same issue. As far as I recall, I never healed properly. Really? Yes. So far I thought it was just me being weaker than other werewolves, but now, I keep looking at her scars, looking for an explanation. What kind of pack has werewolves that don't heal fast? Why would we be like that? We are stronger than other werewolves, is that for a compensation of some sort? Did you experience anything else that's different? Nora asks. The only thing I can think of is mind linking. I'm much better at that than anyone I know, including my own alpha. No matter the distance, I have no problem communicating with my pack members. I can even communicate with other pack's alphas. Nora tilts her head, a bit surprised. Wait, aren't you an alpha? Ugh, I hate to say it. No, I'm not. And I don't want to. Nora seems confused, but my answer isn't going to change. I don't want to be considered as an alpha, even if it's my DNA. I just want to be a normal wolf. I hate the struggles for the alpha positions, be it in the white moon or oh pale moon. I'm not interested in battling my cousins for Xavier's position, I have enough to deal with as it is. What about you? I asked Nora, trying to shift the subject. I can't, for now, she says. I don't belong to any clan at the moment, so, I'm pretty sure it's not about belonging to a clan. Nora is definitely strong and very like me, so I bet if she just tried, she could mind link any alpha as well. She just needs to build up her self-confidence and get out of her shell. You should try. With your alpha mate, I suggest, using both my voice and mind link, forcing my power a bit. I don't really get how it works yet. Nora, you're mind linking. Like, right now. She's so surprised, I can't help but chuckle. She exchanges a look with Boyan, who probably understands what's going already. Don't use it too much on others, though. If you're like me, people might not really like it. Why do you mean? You'll see. People don't like it when you force the mind linking on them. Especially if you're not from their packs, they see it as an intrusion. But then again, Nora will probably experience it by herself soon too. You should go, Elena. Our pack will have noticed your presence by now, says Boyan. Nate is coming, Elena. What? Wait. We are not done talking, says Nora. Does she realize she's using her alpha aura anytime she's unhappy? Her potential is a bit scary. I grab my cap to put back on and turn to her. Sorry Nora, Bobo is right. I really wish I could, but I already stayed longer than I had planned to. But don't worry, I will keep searching for more information about the Blue Moon clan. When can we meet again? I will find you, don't worry. For now, don't tell anyone about what we discussed today, okay? No one but Bobo must know, Nora, it is really important. She frowns, and I can tell right away who she's thinking about. Not your mate, Nora. But if it can make you feel better, you are not the only one with secrets. I wouldn't trust him so easily if I were you. What do you mean? You'll see. She's with the king, she can't really expect the guy is completely clean, right? He's a known killer, and I can barely stand being in the same room as him. How does she do it? Elena, 2 minutes. I really wish I could stay, but I gotta go. If Nate is on his way. I walk to exit the salon, but right when I get to the entrance, Nathaniel walks in. 65. Elena. What are you doing here? Breathe in, Elena. He's on his territory, you're not. It's normal for him to ask. I came to see Bobo. Bobo. He turns to Boyan and Nora, looking for a confirmation. Meanwhile, I'm still looking at him. My wolf is going crazy. It's only been a few weeks, did he change a lot? He looks perfectly normal, in his usual black suit, his hair is a bit disheveled. Has he thought about me at all? Or are we really over? When he finally turns to me, he puts on an angry front. You're not supposed to be here. Are you going to kill me then? That doesn't work on me, Nate. I can tell when you're angry for real, and you're not. I don't even feel his aura or his wolf growling. More importantly, I'm not scared of him at all. He's not Diego, Nate would never, ever touch me or hurt me. What are you really doing here, Elena? I told you, I just came to talk to Boyan. I don't buy it. I sigh internally. I forgot how stubborn he can be. Elena, we need to talk. Do you really want to talk in front of your brother's mate? And Boyan? See you later, Nate. He's still speechless, and I use that opportunity to leave. A bit too fast, I just want to walk out of here before he realizes how nervous I am. I don't even know how I can stand before him without exploding. I'm potentially pregnant with his child. Nate's baby. And he has no idea, Moon Goddess. I feel like I could drop the bomb to him at any given moment, like it's struggling to get past my lips. When I saw him, I freaked out. I didn't plan to see him, and I had no idea what to do. It's still the same man, but Moon Goddess, so much has happened in the meantime. I try to walk back fast, leaving the area as fast as possible. I can still feel their people following me from a distance. If only I can get to the border fast before I get myself into serious trouble. Daniel? Waiting for you, babe. I met with Nate. What? No. Did you tell him? Of course not, I'm not even sure I'm pregnant yet, and even if I do, I'm not sure I'm ready, Daniel. Okay, indeed, it's a bit too soon. Just come here and we'll go to the clinic, make everything clear. Mom's waiting for us. Yeah, Elena. Oh, I didn't expect Nathaniel would come after me since I left the salon. I hesitate, but I can't just keep walking with him running after me and calling my name. I sigh and turn around to face him. Looks like he really did run to catch up, his suit is in a mess. I resist the urge to arrange it for him, crossing my arms against my chest. Facing him is making me more nervous than I thought. I purposely wore huge clothes to cover myself today, and I don't think anything is showing up, but having Nathaniel right in front of me is making me feel pregnant as hell. My wolf, too, is taking the defensive stance. She's constantly worried for her pup, and an alpha male is not to ease her down, even if he's the father. We need to talk, he says, out of breath. I did not have S*X with Narcissus since I met you. I swear. My gosh, did he have to remind me? Even if you didn't, Nate, and I'm not saying I believe you or not, it doesn't change things. We can't be together, and you know that. If it's only about the packs, I don't care, Elena. I can talk to my brother. Damien will, what about my pack, Nate? I shout back, exasperated. I'm supposed to leave everything behind for you? Did you ever consider my position, in your plans? I'm the Alpha's niece. And the White Moon Alpha's goddaughter, too. Imagine if they find out I'm going out with the king's brother. Let alone having his child. I would be banished from both the Pale Moon and White Moon clans, cut off from my family. I wouldn't even be able to see my dad in the hospital, or talk to any of my friends again. And it's not something I can afford right now. You could live with me, Elena, in the Blood Moon Pack. Oh, Moon Goddess, he can't be serious right now. He's tempting me, and I don't want that. I'm already too torn between him and my pack, and now I have his child to take into account, too. I have no idea how Nate would react to the news, and that terrifies me. Elena, hurry up, girl. Nate's here, Danny. Talking with me right now. Oh, Elena, you have to get out of here, seriously. Silviana said, no stress. I know. Elena, I'm dead serious. I know we've had ups and downs, but I want to sit down and be able to discuss things seriously with you. I'm not over you, I'm nowhere near that. I want you back, I want the relationship we had back. I shake my head. I'm not going back to being your friend, Nate. I believe you had plenty of candidates for that, I say, still bitter about last time. I meant as my lover, Elena, my girlfriend. Oh, why did he have to say that now? He never said that word, and I wasn't ready to hear it. I just can't. I have way too much going on right now. I'm close to uncovering the secret behind my birth. I just found Nora, my uncle is seriously after me, and Diego, too. And I'm pregnant with his child. Elena. He comes close, worried about my sudden tears, but I step back. I feel like I'll explode if he touches me. I'm such a mess right now. I try to wipe them away clumsily. If only I could control my emotions a little. Elena, talk to me. Nate, I can't. Not here, not now, okay? I don't feel like talking. It's really not a good time right now. He frowns, and his eyes go down on my oversized denim jacket. Is it because of him? Daniel's brother. He definitely smelled it was Levi's. I only borrowed it to cover my pregnancy. I didn't think that would lead to another jealousy crisis with Nathaniel. I shake my head, annoyed. This is not what I came for, and I don't want to fight him again. Leave Levi alone, Nate, seriously. He's got nothing to do with you. Are you going out with him now? For real? He asks, his breathing becoming more intense. Moon Goddess, Nate, I told 100 times, no. I only borrowed his jacket, okay? Enough with this. I'm fed up with your jealousy. Then why did you block me? It's been weeks, Elena. I couldn't call or text you, I couldn't reach you at all. I needed time alone, Nate. Okay? Things have been hard lately, and I have had enough to deal with already. I'll unblock you if it makes you happy, but I don't have the luxury to stay right now, okay? I turn back and start walking, trying to stop my tears. I really wish I hadn't cried in front of him. Elena. I keep walking, trying to ignore him, but he suddenly grabs my wrist, and before I can even react, kisses me. Moon Goddess. I feel my whole body going numb under his lips. How long has it been? I just can't react. I don't push him away, I don't answer his kiss, I can't do anything. Nate's kiss is driving me crazy. I want to scream and cry again, I can't take it. Why is he doing this now? He separates from me, putting his hands on my shoulders, while I'm still standing there, confused as hell. Elena, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lied to you. I'll say it now. I love you, Elena. I really love you. He really said it. I am shivering with something I can't identify right now. My heart's bursting with happiness, but my head is freaking out. Why now, of all times? This is so brutal, I have no idea how to respond to that. I stay there, speechless, lost. Moon Goddess, is this even real? And why does he have to confess when I'm already a hormonal mess? I try to calm down. Think about the baby, Elena, Silviana said, no stress. My gosh, he's so not helping. Nate, I can't, you can't what, Elena? I take a deep breath in. I can't handle the bomb you just dropped on me now. I shake my head, trying to find the right words. I wish I could tell him how I feel, too, but I'm just so confused right now, I feel like crying, screaming, and literally blowing up. Deep breaths, think of something to say. Something that will not make me look totally nuts. I can't answer you right now. I have things to sort out, and, Elena, why is it never the time with you? He suddenly bursts, angry. I'm opening my heart to you, putting my feelings in the open, and it's not the right time? Are you kidding me? I just need a yes or no, Elena. You can't just ask me that, Nate. You think it's easy? I got a million things to take into account, and you just think I would let it all go for you. Put yourself in my shoes, for once. I'm not as powerful as you, I'm not the king's brother. I can't just decide to throw all of my life away on a whim. Seriously, what's holding you back? Can't you just admit that you're too scared of your feelings for me? I know you love me too, Elena. It's not that easy. I got a father in the hospital, my uncle and godfather are freaking alphas, Nate. I can't just throw away the pack I grew up in, do you realize they adopted me? I wasn't even born there, and yet they gave me a home, a place, and responsibilities. I can't just leave them on a whim, Nate. You don't know what it's like. How can I still be angry with him? This whole conversation is exhausting, why are we yelling and screaming every time we see each other? He sighs, shaking his head, visibly annoyed. I know he's serious, but I'm not as free as he is. I have to go, I say, retreating a bit. So you're going to leave me without an answer? Again. Not now, Nate, seriously. Moon Goddess, I have to go to the clinic so I can confirm I'm pregnant with his baby, why do I have to deal with this first? He frowns, looking at me. I need to go back to the frontier, so I take my courage and turn around, wrapping my arms around me. I walk fast, and I know he's following me. I know it's his territory, his right, but… Elena. As promised, Daniel is waiting for me at the border, along with Levi. Nathaniel clicks his tongue. Of course. He's only here to accompany me, Nate. Yeah, I bet. I turn to him, angry. Nathaniel, enough. Levi's helping me where you can't. If you don't like it, I don't care. We'll talk later. He stays silent, but his glare at Levi speaks volumes. Seriously. I turn around and finally get in the car, unable to hold it anymore. Levi's driving, and I purposely sat on the back with Danny. My best friend looks at me, worried. You okay, babe? Your eyes are red, Levi, just start the car, please. Yeah, I try to ignore Nate's stare I can feel from the other side of the road. Moon Goddess, I'm so tired already. Elena. I'm not feeling well. I admit. Hang on babe, we're going to the clinic, getting you all checked up. I doze off on Daniel's shoulder until we get there. I'm trying to forget my dispute with Nate. This all came at such a bad timing. Why is the timing always so off? I have to say, I'm feeling weaker than usual. It's a relief when Levi finally parks in front of the clinic. The Lewis brothers help me out, and Iris comes to meet me on the parking lot, looking worried. Are you okay, Elena? You look very pale. Come, Mrs. Lewis has the room ready for you. My cousin guides us through the hospital and, as promised, I'm taken into an isolated room. I don't know why, but the sight of the medical equipment makes it all a bit too real. Daniel holds my hand even when I sit on the weird chair for observation. Levi holds my jacket for me and leaves the room quietly. I'm a bit grateful. I'm nervous enough without a public around. I don't know if they told their mom beforehand, but Abigail is very nice to me. Okay, sweetheart, we are going to take an ultrasound directly to confirm. The gel will be a bit cold. She puts some sort of lube on my tummy, and Daniel helps me keep my shirt up. I take a deep breath in, trying to relax. It feels good to be laying down, but I can't keep my eyes off the screen. Abigail's strange probe is going around my tummy until she stops. There it is. What? Where? I ask, squinting on the screen. She smiles and points her finger at a little shape on the screen, and zooms in a bit. Moon Goddess Mother, whispers Daniel. Holly he means. I can see my baby. I didn't expect it to be so obvious. Its shape, I can even see his. Her head. And she's freaking moving, too. I start crying again, shocked. Moon Goddess, how can she already be this big? And I had no freaking idea. There he is. About 1.5 inches, Elena. Danny's friend was right, you're in your 11th week. It's a she, Mom, says Danny. Moon Goddess, it's my baby right there. I keep crying, shocked beyond words. Danny gives me a hug. Congrats, babe, you're going to be a mom. He whispers. Danny, I can't believe it, it's really, yup. Your little baby daughter, Liv broadcasting from your belly. I chuckle. My gosh, there's only Daniel to make me laugh in such a situation. Actually, I'm both crying and laughing. I can't believe it. There's really a baby in there, my baby. Nate's baby. Our daughter. 66. Will it take long? Just a couple of tests, sweetie, says Abigail. I just want to confirm since your blood pressure is a bit too low. Silviana said something as well. That Elena needed to be careful. His mom sighs and sits in front of me. Elena, she's right. Once you've had a miscarriage, you're more likely to have another one. If you force too much, it will be hard for the baby as well. You have to take things easy from now on and get lots of rest, sweetie, okay? It is for your child's sake, sweetie. I nod. I get it, keeping the baby safe. I'm not losing another child. Danny puts a hand on my knee, with a big smile. Don't worry, I'll keep you in check. I know how you tend to get yourself in trouble sometimes, I chuckle. I'm glad he's here to support me, as always. Abigail smiles. You better watch the future, Mom. Elena, no more fighting or shape-shifting from now on. You have to be twice as cautious, for your daughter's sake. She will do her best to grow, but Mommy has to do the most of the job, all right? I will monitor you often, too. You need to come every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks? I ask, surprised. Yes, sweetie, she nods. This is a high-risk pregnancy, Elena. So, every 2 weeks, and if you feel anything wrong, you call me right away, okay? Her question is for both Daniel and I, but now, I'm even more worried. Is it that bad? I feel fine, honestly, so fine I had no idea I was pregnant until yesterday. But Abigail is a known doctor of the pack, and one of the few people aware of my previous miscarriage. I have to trust her. Who is the father? I turn to my cousin Iris, shocked by her question. Since when is she so blunt? Daniel clicks her tongue. Seriously, Iris? Why do you ask? I don't know. I find it strange that Daniel accompanied you here instead of Levi. I wanted Daniel here, he's my best friend. You should start paying attention, Elena. This kind of lie won't get you anywhere. What is wrong with her? She sounds almost jealous. I've never seen my cousin act like this. Daniel growls at her, annoyed by her sudden attitude, and she leaves the room, still visibly upset. I can't believe Iris just talked to me like that. Even Abigail looks a bit taken aback. I turn to Danny. You think she knows something? How could she? I don't know, but her reaction. Ignore her, babe. She probably was just in a bad mood for some reason. Why do I feel like there's more to it? Abigail makes me go through some more tests, but I can't shake off that weird feeling I've had since Iris' words. She's right in a way, the list of my lies keep getting longer, and harder to hide. A while later, I'm done with all of Abigail's tests. Her recommendation is still the same, and she gave me some diet restrictions or tips, along with a bunch of vitamins I'm apparently supposed to take daily. Back in the car, I check everything we got from the pharmacy, completely lost. Wait, so iron once a day, the pink ones twice a day and, those 2 in the morning, 2 of each daily too, babe, says Daniel. Don't worry, I'll make you pretty sticky notes before you intoxicate yourself. Elena is probably the only woman who could get herself a vitamin overdose, laughs Levi. Hey, how about you concentrate on driving? I reply back, a bit offended. The brothers laugh, while I sigh and just throw everything back in the bag for Danny to handle. This is too much organization for me. I take out the envelope and look once more at my baby's picture. I can't believe she's so big already. I tried to remember when I could have gotten pregnant, following Abigail's calculations. Probably that night at the Rain. Or at his flat later the same night. I kind of hope my daughter wasn't conceived in a nightclub bathroom. So? When are you going to tell him? I sigh at Daniel's question. I know who he is talking about, of course, but still. I have no idea, Elena, you should hide your pregnancy the longest possible, says Levi. If Xavier knows, he will give you hell. And I'm not even talking about your ex. I know, I'm freaking out about Diego knowing. I can avoid my uncle and my pack's suspicions for a while, but if I don't shapeshift into my wolf form for weeks, or if my belly starts showing, it's going to be harder. It's a very small bump for now, but according to Abigail, I'm already almost on my 2nd trimester. I'll hope the oversized sweaters will cover it for a while. Okay, so, For now, only 4 people know. Levi, Mom, Iris, and I. Do you have anyone else you know, Danny? The fewer the better, I sigh. For now, I want to make sure I. Wow. Levi, what? Sorry, some wolf just, but we all shut up as 3 other wolves suddenly run in front of the car, headed north, and I recognized at least 2 of them. What the heck is going on? Levi parks quickly and we exit the car, kind of lost about what is going on. We are almost back into the Oh Pale Moon territory, but so many wolves are running past us and headed north. I immediately mind-link my uncle. Xavier, what? I just saw. Vampires. Vampires attack on the north. I exchange a horrified look with Danny and Levi. They probably know, too. A vampire attack. Why now, of all times? We start following everyone's direction, Levi shape-shifting immediately and running in the front. Elena. I stop walking, surprised to hear Nora's voice. Looks like someone has improved her mind-linking skill already. How did she get good enough so fast? She's probably miles away. Nora? Where are you? On the sea with Damien. What's going on? There's too much agitation at North End, I know. I'm headed there now, we're under attack. Rogues? No, vampires. She cuts the mind link, and I want to resume walking, even running to follow my pack, but before I can do another step, Daniel holds me back. Elena, no. But, Danny, are you kidding me? Mom told you not 2 hours ago. No way, girl, back off. I bite my lip, but Daniel is right, I can't go. Elena, where are you? There are dozens of them. Get here, now. My uncle's voice keeps yelling in my head, along with many others. I can sense the attack going on a few paces away, all of my peers fighting hard to protect our territory. Come on, Elena, let's go. Daniel pushes me to the west, and we abandon the car to start running in the streets, not so fast but still at a good pace. Moon Goddess, why now? We cross path with dozens of people from our pack, headed north, and humans trying to flee the scene. It's like a movie scene, with people crowding the streets in panic. I have to stay close to Danny not to lose him, and I focus extra hard to keep track of what's going on. Chris, get the right side. Here, 3 more. Watch out for the daggers. Silver. Orpheus, here. Got this one. Anyone seen Isa? Look out. You okay, man? Help, Jace is hurt. Someone catch this one. I'm hearing so many wolves' voices, I almost can't keep up with what's going on in front of me. I didn't realize Daniel's caught my hand until he suddenly pulls me on the side to avoid a collision with a gigantic brown wolf. Wait, was that Boyan's sister, yet? The blood moon is there. Wasn't that a male though? I can't. Yeah, the sea moon too. Elena. Come here, you traitor. My uncle's voice is like a knife piercing my head. I try to shut it down as he keeps calling me, yelling my name. My eyes tear up. It's so frustrating. I can't reply back, I can't do anything but follow Daniel across the havoc. But the fight is catching upon us. I can feel my pack's voices coming closer, people yelling to watch out for the west. The sea moon wolves are here. I see them, running from the waterfront towards us, ready to attack. Not because of those wolves, but because I realize we are going to be caught in the battle whether we want to or not. Daniel's probably realized this too, as he keeps looking at all directions with panicked eyes. Babe, we really gotta go, Nora's at the waterfront too. Nora? Okay, better go this way then, he says, pulling me to the west. We try to follow that direction, where I can hear Nora's wolf, but as we feared, it only takes a couple of minutes until a vampire suddenly runs our way. I jump in front of Danny, and sends that bloodsucker away with a high kick in his face. Elena! Screeches Daniel. I know. But I can't just do nothing. What's the point of not fighting if I get killed so stupidly anyway? Actually, Danny stops protesting soon enough, because there is no other choice. Right after the first one, more vampires rush our way, obviously ready to attack. My wolf is ready to fight, but she also knows our baby comes first. I grab an iron pole to defend myself, but even in my human form, I'm actually a good fighter enough to keep them at bay. Vampires are fast, but werewolves are vampire killers to begin with. And I'm a good warrior, too. Using my fists, feet, and pole, I send them to the ground or flying one after the other. Elena. This time, it's my cousin Chris. I feel relieved to hear his voice among the others. Are you okay? They just keep coming. Hundreds of them. I know, they are already on the harbor. I'm in the middle of the sea moon pack, I think. I can't even recognize anyone but Danny. I was so focused on defending myself, I didn't realize so many wolves and vampires had gathered around us, in a raging battle. I keep fighting and mind-linking my cousin, worried for everyone. Oh, okay. We got 2. No, 3 other packs helping us here, I think. But seriously, Elena, their number. I know. It's the biggest vampire attack I've ever seen. No matter how many I fight, it just doesn't stop, they keep coming at us in numbers. Where do they come from? Vampire clans are never so big in the first place. Next to me, Daniel is at his wit's end, too. My best friend tried not to shapeshift for the longest, but Danny is not a fighter like me, or an alpha. He's getting tired and can barely keep up with his surroundings. Danny, shapeshift before you get killed, I insist. I'm not leaving you alone. He yells, out of breath. I'm about to yell at him again, but a sudden new attack keeps the words stuck into my mouth. I don't know if they understood I'm the strongest in that area, but several vampires suddenly aim at mine, fangs ready to bite and daggers in the air. Elena. But before I get in position, a gigantic wolf suddenly flies over me and takes out 2 of them in a flash. Boy on! The huge brown wolf keeps fighting close to Daniel, and I suddenly realize what a death machine his size is capable of. It's like sending a tiger in a battle. Boyan's got the size of a bear, but he's much more agile and faster than he seems. I'm starting to get why he's usually Nora's bodyguard. Blondie. This time, it's Tanya, his sister, looking at me in surprise. She doesn't stop, though, and keeps running towards the harbor, probably headed to Nora's direction. But to my surprise, when her younger brother is about to follow, Daniel suddenly grabs his fur and holds him back, whispering something to his ear. What the? I want to ask why he is exchanging secrets with his lover in the middle of the fight when a new bunch of wolves suddenly appear in a distance. Opposite to the harbor we have been pushed to, they are running in the streets, among the buildings, headed south. Was that the rising moon pack? Asks Danny. Yeah, and the gold moon too. If they are headed south, it means the attack is even bigger than we thought. I hear some distress wolves' yelps around us. The sea moon wolves are losing ground with us. I try to reach out to my peers from the White Moon and Pale Moon to check the situation in the north, but before I can decide on someone, Nora's voice resonates clearly in my head again. Elena, are you there yet? On my way. But my friends told me there's a lot of them. Really a lot. Is your pack okay? Moon Goddess, if only. I wish I could be with them. Right when I'm about to answer that, 5 or 6 new wolves join us. This time, I recognize them. They were at the Jade Moon's turf, on Nate's side, the first time I saw Nora. For now, our head clan the White Moon is there too, and some of the Sea Moon pack warriors joined as well. But those vampires just keep coming. The Blood Moon is on their way. I figured so. Nate's guys just arrived too. What about the other clans? They have to watch out for the other sides of the city, this might be a massive attack. I just saw some guys from the Gold Moon and Rising Moon packs heading south. I'm starting to think Nora might get seriously good at this mind-linking thing. I feel like she's right next to me, talking to me. I have to focus though, the battle is raging around me. Boyan and Daniel are both staying close to me, our trio fending off the vampires the best we can, trying to keep your position. They just keep coming. I don't even understand why they keep trying to go west as if they were aiming somewhere specific. We are just at the beginning of the harbor, but more and more keep coming. At this rhythm. Suddenly, I hear screams from the vampires. Many wolves turn heads the same way too. I can feel it before we can see him. Is that? Yeah, the king. The huge, ferocious black wolf appears suddenly, his alpha aura oppressing everyone like a dark hurricane. Many wolves completely forgot about fighting for a second just to get out of his way. He storms through the battle, killing the vampires within his reach one after another in front of our eyes. He tears them apart like freaking puppets, their limbs flying all ways. It's a horror scene. Thank Moon Goddess that monster is on our side. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.